Hey guys, today I'm here to make sure that you are getting the most out of your beta project PMAGs. I was initially attracted to these when I saw the price tag. I wanted a PMAG, but I didn't want to pay 22 or 25 bucks, whatever it is, for a real PMAG. Don't get me wrong, the PTS stuff is great, the polymer is great, hold 120 rounds, but I could not pay that much money for magazines. So these, for a case of 5, it's a little less than $45. You can get them on GI, Evike, a lot of retailers carry them nowadays. There have been issues, however, with these feeding that you can find info on forums. If you have some of your own, you know that for a fact. But I think I finally figured out how to make them work properly. So we're going to start by opening these up. I actually just got these the other day. I already have 10. This is going to make 15. So I'm pretty happy with them now that I got them all figured out. I got the FDE, the flat dark earth, the tan, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we're going to start with just doing one. I'm just going to show you how I fix them up or modify them. It really is not that much that I do, but it gets the job done, so I'm going to show you guys. What you're going to need: a pair of needle nose pliers and a drill bit that is about 1/10 of an inch, or I mean, as long as it's as big as the needle nose pliers, you're good to go. And that's about it. I'm going to use a drill press, but you can use a drill gun, or I mean, even just do it with your fingers. Just make a little hole or some divots where I'm going to show you up top here, and you'll be good to go. So we're going to get over to the drill press and get started. Alright guys, what we got to do now is drill 2 holes in this cap right here, one above the 80 and one below it. Not too close to the edge, so you want to get it like right between the bottom of the 80 and the edge of the circle here. So we're going to go right ahead and do that. So again, does not have to be a beautiful job. Obviously, I did not do a very nice job, but you know, it gets the job done. And now that we have this done, we're going to go back over to the bench. Alright, so now that we're back at the bench, we're going to go ahead and open up this mag. You're going to take your needle nose pliers right here, and you're going to stick them in these holes. And then you're going to squeeze a little bit, not too tightly, and push down a little bit, and turn it counterclockwise. You're going to hear a little crack. You turn it just like that, and you're going to put your fingers right over the hole, just like that. So that it does not pop up when you pull the pliers out. So pull the pliers out now. And now you're going to put your thumb over here, and you're going to gently take this off. And then you got the spring guide caught right here. Make sure you hold on to that. And this comes right out. So now you got these 2 out. And then your spring's going to come right out, just like that. Alrighty. Now, what I saw in a lot of forums and videos and such before was that people were taping this this follower up, and the problem is the fact that let's see, let me get a BB. That inside the magazine, when it's in here, the BBs, when you overload them or they decide not to work or whatever, usually it's due to overloading, the BB gets caught right between the follower and the side of the inside of the magazine. I don't really know why they didn't make this follower a more appropriate size. You can see it's a little bit smaller than the BB, but that's the way they did it. So my solution actually is just take this and pop it right off. So it does snap right back on if you want to put it back on at any point in time. I'm trying to keep it in focus here. So you can see I just pop this right off and go back on at any time, just like that. So if you ever want to put it back on for whatever reason, you can. So nothing permanent here, but I just take it right off. Then you pick the spring, put it right back in the mag here. Alright, the spring's going to go in about that far. Then you're going to take your spring guide right here, stick that right in the spring, and then push it down the rest of the way so it fits right in that rectangle. Hold it down with your finger. Get the cap here. Make sure the 80 is facing upwards, like that. I'm sorry, I totally just lied to you. Make sure it's facing like that, because you see these have to go in. These little knob thingies, whatever you want to call them. So it's going to go in just like that. Then you're going to twist it clockwise, and you are all set. And now these things will feed much better. They won't jam on you. I've actually gotten right up to 50 rounds a second. I've got a Fusion engine in my 416 right now, and they feed every round at 50 rounds a second. Alright guys, so now that your followers are out, you're pretty much good to go. These things should feed just fine. One thing I do want to mention though is that you should still be wary of how many rounds you put in. They're advertised as holding, or being able to hold 75 rounds, but you know, 75, 80, that's the ballpark limit right there. So I'm gonna throw some Elite Forces in these. I started using these a few weeks ago. I actually like them a lot. I love the bottle, and like $750 for 2,700, so affordable, and they shoot pretty well. So I don't necessarily trust the markings on the side of the speed loader. Honestly, I've never tested it though, so I should probably get onto that at some point. But usually how I judge it, 4 BBs in each plunge, so I do it about 20 times, 18 or 20 times. 1, 17, 18, 19, 20, and even if you can fit more in, I mean, go for it. But no, that's about your limit right there. Alrighty, so I'm now going to hook this up to my my 416 here. Just grab my airline, plug in, rocking the Fusion engine. Usually I get this thing set at about 30-35 rounds per second in 3-round burst, not full auto. Because really all I use with this is semi. That's really all you need because the trigger's so light. It's awesome. But I threw it on 50 rounds a second and full auto for demonstration purposes. So without further ado, we'll waste 80 rounds. And that was all of them. I will be totally honest. It skipped 2 or 3 times, but I mean 50 rounds a second, thing's completely empty. I'd say it still feeds pretty well. So if you're looking to get these, I highly recommend them. But you should definitely look into taking the follower out, just make sure they feed right every single time. So yeah, go for it.